At least according to research.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
hey,
Mm-hmm.
the more unhealthy you are, the more risk you are to getting not only cancer but all these other diseases. Like I'm just like so blessed that like God has taken care of me and I haven't been hit with any of these other health conditions.
Yeah. 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 Because like you said, you could be skinny as a stick or you could be as big as a mountain. And literally either way, you can catch something. You can have complications. Some people are born with certain things. Some people can't help it. You know, my grandmother, I remember she had a speck in her breast and she's still here today because they caught it. They caught it. It was a, said again.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's still here. But my other grandmother, it came back and they got her. You know, so it and that's actually to even say that the other one, I'm not even saying that the other one didn't get checkups. I think her cancer went into remission and then it came back. That's what happened. Yeah. So sometimes it even comes back. And that's
Yeah.
the thing, you know. So
Yeah, that's like my cousin, she was a big girl too.
yeah.
Um, she got cancer. I think I told you, I don't know if I told you about this one. She had weight loss surgery because she got cancer and she needed the surgery for cancer,
Mm,
but she needed to lose weight. So she got the surgery for weight loss to lose the weight to get surgery for cancer.
for cancer.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I think she's in remission, or she said that they haven't found any cancer,
Oh
which
wow. Thank God.
I
Oh,
think is like amazing.
that's amazing.
That's
Hmm.
why she's so like, she does like 5K. You know those 5 kilometer
Marathons. Hmm.
marathon?
Hmm.
She's like advocating for like cancer. Like she does those kind of like walks and things like that with her family.
Hmm.
And she's all about just taking care of herself.
Hmm.
It's easier to put it into practice when you're younger because when you're older, you're at risk of getting more stuff.
Come on, come on. And that's a whole nother topic. Fitness and age, you know? It's I get it. I get it. More people are dying that are younger and younger from health complications because of, all the food and stuff that we're getting we're getting more and more junk putting into our bodies. So we're dying even earlier. On top of that, people are not moving, people are sitting more, people are at home more, people are laying down more. But you're right. There is still father time, which is age. Over time, our bodies decay. They're getting older and older. You're gonna start frailing up. You're not gonna look as young. You're not gonna look. Your face is gonna start shagging. You're gonna start losing hair, or you're gonna start losing. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things. And so those are signs of you aging. And with that comes a or at least should come a better alertness of our health. But you don't see that. It actually seems like there's a decline. It seems like you're healthier when you're younger, and it seems like as people are getting older, they care less and less about their health.
Yeah, I think they just, well, from my experience, I think some people blame it on age,
Hmm.
and so then they don't think that they should be doing anything.
Hmm.
Um,
You said they blame it on their age.
yeah, like they think, oh, it's just me getting older. Like,
Yo. Hmm. That's true. That's true. It's just me getting older. It's just me, oh, I'm just, oh, it was in the family. It runs in the family. So I'm gonna get high blood pressure. I'm gonna get diabetes because
yeah, yeah, I think I've said this before. Like my dad's family, this is why I don't like it. People putting labels,
yep,
like especially on,
yep.
I'm gonna cry.
No, I know it's okay. It's okay. But I get it. I get it.
Especially on people that are like bigger. Like
Yeah.
you can't put labels, and you can't like normalize being obese and being big.
No. Mm-mm.
You can't say, "Oh, it's okay." Like
Right.
she's big boned. What the fuck is a big boned person? There's no such thing.
There's no exactly. Call it what it
Like
is so we can fix it.
different shapes and sizes because like say for instance a Caucasian person
Mhm.
compared to like a Polynesian person has more muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
So weight wise, it's understandable
Mm-hmm.
that they would weigh more.
Mm-hmm.
But an average weight for a Polynesian will be heavier than a Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no excuse to stay being obese and still living that lifestyle. So when people tell me when I was growing up, that's why I take it so personally. Because when
Mm-hmm. You
people say,
do.
oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh, bone, I'm so sorry. Or, and because like I have a twin, I was always compared to my twin, and my twin's smaller than me. So
Mm-hmm.
like people would be like, oh like, oh don't worry, like um you're still beautiful, like even though I'm bigger. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that. When did I say I was ugly? Like,
Right.
let's get straight
Right.
first.
Right.
There seems to be a negative stigma with being obese and beauty. Um, and so like for me, like don't put that label out like on people. Like have that open conversation with them.
Yeah.
If like your intention is to help them,
Yeah.
and because that person could be in denial or they could feel stuck, like they don't know what to do, which is totally fine. And it's up to them to find their journey,
Yeah.
find their way, how to navigate it. Because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you can't help them unless they're willing to help
Happens.
themselves.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, don't put labels out like that.
Exactly.
You just have to be, and it's the same vice versa for people that like are like going through like anorexia or
Mm-hmm.
bulimia or whatever. It's still like the same thing. Don't put labels on them. Don't say you're too skinny. Like don't, and that's the lesson that because I've always been big.
Yeah.
Like the next person can be like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, but she could look like a stick. And I was just like, but you're so small.
Mm-hmm.
But who am I to say that to that person? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
As long as they're
Mm-hmm.
happy and they're working on themselves
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing it healthy in a
Mm-hmm.
healthy way. Like no one has that right to, because then it just like adds on to like the way that they see themselves and things like
Yeah.
that. And then it adds on to the insecurity that's just so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right. Exactly right. And I call it denial. It's just it's more so just denial or excuses, right? When someone tries to put labels on certain people, and some people try to put labels on certain people to make themselves feel good, or they think that they're helping the other person feel good. But like you said, in reality, you're not helping that person at all. You're hurting them. You know, you're trying to put labels on people, you're hurting them. I remember when my was it my glucose or my I think it was my blood pressure. It was high. My doctor literally he just ended me off with it was elevated. And he was like, yeah, yeah, but he was like, does your does your mom or your dad, your grandparents or your mom's side, dad's side, do anyone struggle with that? And I was like, yeah, I think a few people struggle with it. He was like, oh yeah, well, it's in your family. So most likely, those things happen. And it's really nothing you can really do about it. That was literally it. And it's like, and then I started walking more. I started moving more, started doing more cardio, and
It helped.
it went down. It went down. It dropped significantly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was just like, especially, and I always keep going back to this,
Mm-hmm.
but I really feel like growing up, people normalize me being big. Like they
Mm-hmm.
really normalize. They're like, oh, that's okay. Oh, like it's your dad's side. They're like your dad's side's big, so that's why you're big. It's fine. And then when I started doing something about it, when I was like juicing and stuff, like I juiced for like a week and I didn't eat anything. It was just juice.
Mm-hmm.
I lost like 10 kgs in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then obviously I'm still big. Like the bigger you are, the more weight you need to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So like for someone that was like 90 kgs in year four,
Mm-hmm.
year three or year four,
Mm-hmm.
you need to like lose like a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like see the difference, right? But that 1 week I only lost like 10 kgs.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my friends will be like, oh, you're getting so skinny. Before you know it, we'll
Yeah.
be the same. Like stuff like that. It's like, don't you're I know it's coming from a good place, but then that like stuffs up with your mental health, and then
Yeah.
in the sense it's, and I'm just like, oh, why am I doing this then? Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at the difference, and there's still a very big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why I can't deal with people that like are straight.
I could
I just
tell because you're straight. You're
can't.
straight. Because you're straight. You're very straight. Yeah.
I'm like straightforward,
You're
but
straightforward. Mm-hmm.
it's honestly, I need that transparency, especially when it comes to relationships as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just be straight.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to kill anyone if you're not straight.
And most people aren't that way. Like they're not that way now. You know, they just aren't. Going back to again, our family members that didn't tell us certain things. I get the respect of privacy, but at the same time, if there's a level in which you have to consider in being straight, in telling you the truth, in telling you, you don't really look like this, or you look like this, or in telling you, you don't really have this, you have this. Okay, for instance, imagine doctors not being straight with us. Imagine if doctors treated us like how a lot of people treat us, where they're not straightforward. Can you imagine how many people would be dying? Because no one would know. You're fine. You're fine. And that's what a lot of them are
My
kind of
doctor was
doing.
like, if you don't look like, well, that's why I appreciate one of my doctors. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like she was mean because I was in denial at the time,
Yeah.
and she was just like, you need to lose weight or you're gonna die. That's what she said to me. I was like,
Yeah.
what are
Is
you
that
gonna
mean?
say?
Do you think that's mean? Or do you think that's
Well, when you're in denial and you don't want to hear it, it comes across as being mean. But in that situation, you cannot sugarcoat it because sometimes you need that sharp message for it to hit you in the face
mm-hmm,
and to wake
mm-hmm,
up to do
mm-hmm,
something about it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um,
Dang.
but yeah, like,
This is a snippet.
health is
That's
so
oh.
health is so important. You have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Ree, you are saying it like again, I'm glad you brought this it must have been I got it definitely must have been meant that we talked about this because again, I had a whole nother topic in mind and you came in here with that and
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Like you're a part of the group. So I mean, that's what we do. If you hop in here or someone else hops in here and y'all talk about something, it's like, oh, you know what? No, we're gonna talk about this. Like, let's just talk fitness. So you coming in here with that news again, I was about to ask you about how your surgery went. Then you come in here about news about your auntie. That I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's news you don't want to hear. That's you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. Like, let's just be honest. You know, that's heavy. That you don't want to hear that on anybody. You don't even wish that on your worst enemy. It's like you don't want to hear that someone that you know or a loved one has cancer. It's like, dang. You know, it's like it does take you back. It does hit you by surprise. It does make you go, wow, okay. It does make you wonder how long they have. It does make you wonder how serious it is. It does make you wonder, like those things are all things I was wondering. And it's like, what can I do? Did I do this? Can I do this for this person? Um, do they want to talk about it? Should I talk about it with them? Because when you see them, you're like, I want to just embrace you. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, I want to embrace this person when I saw them in person, but I kept being told, don't say anything. Just go in there. We're gonna sit down, just talk. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, we really and obviously I kept seeing the physical appearance get worse and worse. And I'm like,
Deteriorating.
yeah, yeah, you know. But I prayed for and that's what makes you really feel good when you do all you can for a person,
Yeah.
when you're straight up about the love, when you're straight up about, hey, I understand how you feel, but it's going to get better. You know, when you say all these different things and you're straight up and open, to me, I know a lot of people aren't like that, but when I'm like that, I feel good. So if anything happens, whether they live or die, I feel good that I was able to talk to that person in a way that was open. That's how I feel.
And that's when it comes to a point where, like, if they didn't disclose that to their family and then they did pass away, like, the
That's what I
family
told
was all
G. That's what I told G. I mean, remember we had that discussion. G was like,
it
G Day.
comes back to that. It's just like, it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Then it, like, it does like cause some kind of like mental health condition to, like, some people, they don't have the mental capacity to have that conversation with their family. So it's like they're trying to go through it, they're trying to manage everything, they're trying to make sure, but at the same time, it's just like, how do you have that conversation when you're barely holding on to it, holding it together?
That's good. That's good. What you just said is a really good topic. Yeah. Yeah, like delivering how do yeah, you're right. If that person isn't there mentally, how can you expect them to mentally be
That's what I mean
prepared?
when I said there's a lot that goes to it. Like, it's not black and white. It's not, they didn't trust us enough to disclose that code. It has nothing to do with it. There's a whole lot of things.
That's
And
true.
maybe you don't know there's other aspects that they're thinking of that you don't know, that they haven't disclosed to you. You
That's
just
true.
don't. I just feel like as long as you're checking in on like your family members and things like that, even if they don't have the heart to tell you what's going on, they still know that you're there to support them, and that's the best you can do. You can't force someone to tell you what's going on. As long as they know that there's open line of communication and there's no
Mm, mm. Okay.
that's all.
I want to ask you this question then. What can a person do to help support there to be an open line of communication among their family members so that if someone does have cancer, if someone does have some terminal illness or very serious illness, what can people do to help keep that line open or create an open line between their family members? What do you think?
Check in. Check in on them
Say it again.
regularly. Check in on them regularly.
Check in on them regularly.
So I have weekly check-ins with my family, like, um overseas, interstate.
Oh, that's dope.
And
That's
then like monthly we have like family meetings like on
that's
Zoom,
dope.
see how everything is and stuff. And we have like
Mm,
family chats, like,
yeah, text chats. Yeah.
yeah, we have,
Mm-hmm.
oh hey,
Mm-hmm.
like my uncle had surgery for his shoulder or something the same day I had surgery. But obviously my family didn't know I had surgery. There was
Yeah.
just like a handful of people that knew.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so Marty was like, "Can you please pray for him?" So that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, I feel like helps. And then we just like check in and like follow up like how the recovery is going and things like that. I think
Mm-hmm.
like that really helps. I think if people don't know that there's the open line of communication, like if there's no kind of like checking in or things like that, you're only talking to them like on the holidays or Christmas or whatever, it can, because even though they're your family, you still need to build rapport and like trust and things like that. Sometimes you can be closer
Wow.
to your circle of friends than you are to your
Mm, mm. That you're rebuking me. You really, I'm really, no, you are really like for real. No, you really are. Like, that's such great advice you just gave. Like I choked back like tears from that. Like, because what you're saying is like so true. It's like check-ins are what creates open lines of communication. That is such a powerful thing. Wow. Like, I'm glad you shared that. Like, there's so although I talk to so many different people, there's still so many different people I don't do that with. And I definitely need to, because as you said, you know, oh, just checking in on somebody every few years or something like that. Things happen in a year. Things happen every Christmas. You want to check in. It's like that's a whole year. Things have happened.
yeah.
And for some of these things, people may not even be there. It may. if you're waiting that long. So you're right. You're right. You're exactly right. It's part of the reason why I created these groups. It's the same way. It's like, let's check in on each other. You know what I'm saying? Shirley just posted in the group. She just posted something in the group saying, I just want to tell you guys I'm so thankful to have y'all. You have to go see it. It's so beautiful. And she was just like, I just want to thank y'all so much for helping me and for being here for me and all these different things. And I was like, man, what made her say that? And then I realized, like Larissa said, these are check-ins. These group check-ins as well as the individual check-ins, but these check-ins are reasons why we communicate and keep an open line. Whew. What how you just came in here, even though it's just me and you, this is fine. Like I'm completely okay with that. Whether it's one person, it's two people, five people, 10 people. It's the conversation that matters to me. And you hijacked this conversation. And I'm so glad that you did. I'm so glad you came in here and I'm serious. Reed, this is probably one of the best ones I've ever had. Like for real. Oh my goodness. What you just said, even though you're going through surgery, guys y'all who are watching this, Riri just had surgery and she came in here and still get you the stuff you just gave. Like I'm taken away. I'm literally like when we get off, I may shed a few tears, but I'm definitely I gotta like go and talk to people. I gotta and it's hard, right? It's hard when you haven't done that. It's hard to it's like I'm gonna
But
feel what
even like it doesn't even have to be a phone call. It can just be a text. Sometimes I'm just
it's true.
like to my
That's true.
cousins, I may not have spoken to for a few months. I'll just say, hey, cuz, like, we haven't spoken for a while. I hope you guys are doing good. Just checking in.
Mm-hmm.
Always praying for you guys. Love you. That
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be that. It's not that deep. It's more so just you like reaching out and just letting them know that like you're there. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, that's so true. No, that's completely true. All right, man. I ain't about to cry on this call. All right. So you go ahead. You go ahead with that, Larissa. I ain't about to cry. I'm not crying. So
It's good to let the tears out.
nah, I'm good. I do it when we off TikTok and off Zoom. Like TikTok is here too. So no, I'm good. But this was so refreshing. Do you see how refreshing this is? It's so
Yeah.
freaking refreshing. Like this is so freaking refreshing. Even for me. Yeah, like I know I ask a lot of questions and stuff, but it's so freaking refreshing because I get the same amount of pouring out as I communicate with y'all. So man, you really hit a spot that I need to work on. And I think God definitely did that for a reason. Um and so yeah, it's needed. It's needed. Um Man, yeah, I'm like I'm getting a little choked up. Like seriously, yeah, I don't get choked up. But is there anything else, Larissa, in closing, that you want people who are hearing this who may have the same, they may have had the same news you just had, maybe for themselves or for a family member dealing with cancer, since that's the topic specifically, but then just in general, is there anything you want people to know or you want to say to people about the news you just got?
Mm. I think it's just important to have a good support network, whether you're going through it yourself or you're trying to support someone that's going through it. Um, no one is, you're as strong as your support network.
Mm.
So if your support network isn't strong,
Wow.
like your mental health and things like that won't be as strong. Um, it's you're never weak if you reach out to people. If you're
Mm.
going through it and stuff, there's sometimes when things build up in our personal lives,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get that like news.
Mm-hmm.
It's never to be taken lightly. It's not like an easy thing to like go through. So it's just so important to make sure that you're surrounded by people that you know that like will support you. Um,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's never a burden to like reach out. But I
Mm-hmm.
know sometimes people might think, oh, I don't want to be a burden to other
The burden to
people.
yeah.
It's never a burden shared. is better than taking it on an
Mm-hmm.
individual on your own.
Because
You
it's
never
lighter.
know.
It's
Yeah.
lighter. It's lighter. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you ever feel you don't feel comfortable enough to disclose that kind of information to your family or your friends, there are support groups out there that are going through the same thing, or maybe you think,
Exactly.
oh, um, they won't understand because they're not going through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Support groups where people are going through the same thing that you're going through. So if that's something that you would prefer, um, to get that additional support, then just maybe do some research and see what's out there. Because
Or
obviously,
or
like,
join the fitness group.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the support groups here, obviously, it's different
Yeah.
to um, support groups that maybe in America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're right. Support groups, even if it's not my group, if it's other people's groups, like, man, I'm so glad I created groups because, like, again, it goes back to, like you just said, you just said you're as strong as your support. That is dope. I love that. That's a dope saying. Like, that's so dope. Larissa, like, I know so many people that I talk to who have very little support, or they have people around them that are very toxic. And then I kind of, so then a lot of times people ask me, like, why are you always so happy? Why are you always so this or that? Why are you always like this? Why are you always like that? And ask me, and obviously I give it to my faith and things of that nature. But then I also thank God for the people around me, because the people around me, they're just constantly pouring in. They're constantly pouring in. Not all of them. Not all of, like, don't get me wrong. I definitely have some who are very negative, or some people who may try to sometimes throw me down. I definitely have that too. But for the most part, the people that are around me are very supportive. It's always, you got this. Boom, 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 boom. And it just builds it. Not that I get my validation from others, but it definitely helps. It helps make my
Yeah,
pillars. Mm-hmm.
especially if you're doubting yourself, or if like things aren't going according to plan, and then you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like, is it even worth like for me to like keep doing this? If like
Mm-hmm.
encouragement and support, um, and then that gives you, like the support that you need to like keep
Mm-hmm.
moving forward, no matter what situation it is, whether it's like through the sickness or the illness that you're going through, or like
Mm-hmm.
going through a rough patch with your partner, or like your job, like
Yeah.
whatever it is, you will always need like support, and that's how you like get through things. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
You're right.
you're also the person that you surround yourself with.
You're also the person that you. Yeah.
So if you surround yourself with people that are positive, that have like minded, um, kind of
Goals and
like goals,
ambitions. Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like fitness, but like wanting to grow as a person,
Yeah.
wanting more for yourself, always improving, things like that. And you're always gonna, be in that mindset, always wanting to grow, always wanting to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, like, I'm career driven, and like I have I'm on my fitness journey. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, my support is like my family first off, like all my friends, they're all like supportive. Like people at work that I work with, they're all supportive. Like church, my youth, my man, like everyone's just, and that's, if they're not pouring in, because it's a two-way street
Yeah.
when it
It's
comes to
yeah. Mm-hmm.
friendship.
Mm-hmm.
If you're pouring into this person and they're not pouring into your life, you have to kind of like step back and like analyze kind of like the purpose of this friendship kind of thing, so that you know where you stand. And if
Yep.
it's coming to a point where it's causing toxic,
Mm-hmm.
or like impacting your life, it's just like you gotta question yourself whether like it's are they the type of people that you want to
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And that's where quarantining, if you can't cut them off, if you have to be around them, then you gotta quarantine the time. Instead of spending
Yeah,
eight
sure.
it's so instead of spending 8 hours a week with a person who's very toxic, if you gotta be around them, spend freaking 2 hours. Spend 1 hour, spend 30 minutes. Like, but you gotta protect the people around.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds. Yeah, because it's draining. Can you imagine being around somebody who's like, man, I freaking, you're not going anywhere. You're stupid. You're ugly. You're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. You're never going to be that way. Why are you even still doing this? Why are you even still doing like to be around people like that? I
I don't know anyone in my life that's like that, honestly.
said again.
I don't know anyone in my life that's like that.
You don't know anyone in your life that's like that. Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like consider yourself very grateful because there's a lot of people who got to deal with people. They have kids with that person, or they're their mom or their dad, or they had. I know of these people, Larissa. I know these people. So as I'm talking, I'm telling you what I get on a daily, and so when I hear these things, I'm just like, man, I'm really grateful. I have to consider myself really grateful that I was born, and that's why I feel so impelled to give back. That's why I feel so impelled to do this because I'm like, man, I was not everyone can choose who they're born to, what parents they're born to. I didn't choose it, but I had an amazing mom. I had a horrible dad. Again, no shots to him because I'm not sure what he's doing now. Maybe he's better, but I had a horrible dad growing up. But my mom, man, she made us feel like we had lack for nothing, even now. So it's the same way. Like you can't choose who you're born around. So for those people who have been born into a good family, an amazing family, you need to spend the time pouring into other people because you were gifted something amazing. Take that and don't just hold it to yourself. Pour into other people. Talk to other people. Lift other people up. Post stuff online. Hey, you're doing amazing. You're doing good. Keep going. We have an obligation. Gotta get louder. Yeah. Whew. You firing me up. You better start like you firing me up, Larissa. I'm about to jump through this window, Larissa. You are firing me up, seriously. But I love this topic. I've loved the conversations. I've loved the things you said. Again, every time I talk to you, I learn more and more how wise you are. I'm being honest. Like we would talk here and there. We would talk sometimes. We would do that. But the more and more I talk to you, the more and more I'm like, this 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 woman knows some stuff. She done been through some stuff. Yeah, I'm like, Larissa knows. Larissa's, hey y'all, TikTok, TikTok, whoever may be on TikTok or something, man, I see you. What's good? Or whoever may be on here on TikTok, and whoever may look at this video, yo, Larissa, she's somebody to follow, y'all. Definitely follow her, because again, she's someone that is. We've had deep conversations, we've had talks, but every time I talk to you, again, you're a reflection of what I'm talking about. That support. That's support. Talking to me, you gotta surround yourself around people who will pour back into you. And I think that's again goes back to why I'm the way I am. I'm never running to people or talking to people for a long time who are negative. I'm always
Mm.
talking to people who are trying to build me up. And obviously we go through things, but when we go through those things, those people I talk to, they only tell me to keep pushing, keep going.
Yeah.
You got this. So thank you. Thank you. Because you firing me up. I appreciate you, Larissa. All my other group members too, man. Y'all who couldn't make it. I know other people are probably busy and stuff like that, but I would definitely be posting this, and I hope that they watch it because this is gold. This is this is freaking gold. Seriously, this is freaking gold, man. Um, so yeah, for all the people on TikTok too, man. Love y'all. Shout out to everybody that's on there, man. Mel, Jay, I see y'all, man. You already know Larissa's here. She giving y'all some hearts as well. We're gonna close out, Larissa. But thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you so much for being the amazing member you are. Again, you always show up and show out. For all y'all who didn't show up, all the group members that didn't show up, Larissa just had surgery and she still came on. Come on. No, seriously. I gotta give you props for that. So shout out to you. Again, you've always been my favorite, especially over Giselle. So thank you for that. And
Well,
nah, but Larissa, thank you so much. I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs for sure. You know, you already know we
Okay.
chat. And tell your family I'm praying for them. You know, whoever you can tell, just let them know. And you just know in general, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I know, and again, that type of news is not news you want to hear. That just happened to me 3, 4 months ago. I get it, but I will say throughout the whole entire process, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. That's what kept me. That's what kept me. Because my mom broke
And
down. My mom broke down. She still breaks down. She has a grieving counselor now. Like I've never seen her do that ever in my life, which means that this really hit her. So
that's
it
good. At
yes,
least she identifies that and she knows that she needs additional support. Because obviously if she's like really close, more close than you were to like your grandma and stuff, she would
yeah,
need more support
yeah,
to help go through it. Because like sometimes you need like a grief counselor. You can't just go to any type of like uh therapist.
facts.
They have to
Hmm.
specialize in helping you go through it, the
Facts. Hmm.
grieving.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had that. I didn't even know they had grieving counselors. I had no idea.
So
Yeah.
like, um, remember I told you how my best friend's dad committed suicide?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he had to go through a grief counselor, and it was like a very specific one um, that helped him like through the motions and stuff. Like
Wow.
his dad probably passed away, or when it happened, it was like
Yeah.
8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
at a point now where he's okay,
Yeah.
um, but you still need, yeah, for sure, you need that
Yeah. Yeah. If you need counseling,
that kind of counseling.
that type of
Different
exactly.
kind of counseling.
Hmm. But you're right. If you need it, get it. If you need counseling, for those on
The worst
TikTok,
thing that would happen is that she needs it and she doesn't take the necessary steps to help with her mental health, which will put her in a worse position, if that makes sense. So I'm proud and I'm happy that she's taken that step to
yeah,
see a great counselor. Is it
yeah.
expensive?
Say it again.
Is it expensive there to get like counseling?
Actually, it comes with your insurance. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yeah, it comes with her insurance. She was like, "Yeah, I got it." I was like, "How'd you find?" She's like, "Yeah, they offer it. Kaiser is her insurance." She's like, "Yeah, they offer it, like Kaiser Permanente." I was like, "What?" So that was dope. Like they offer it. They had like they got multiple. I was like, "Mom, how long have they done this?" And she was like, "They've been had it." I was like, "What?" I've never heard insurance covering mental health, like therapy or counselors. I've never heard that. So for for people who have insurance, man, y'all check in because obviously they have some mental health um counselors and therapists that can help. That's dope.
They
That's
have every year they have you get like 8 to 10 free sessions, but you
mm,
have to be qualified to get it. But
okay.
they still it's still covered under your insurance and stuff. But if you don't
Mm,
have insurance, there's something called like Medicare in Australia, and you have to go on like a mental health care plan,
okay.
doctor, to able to be eligible for it and stuff. But yeah, I
That's
guess
all.
like if you're not really seeking, you don't really know what's out there. If you
So you
get
gotta
what
seek. Yeah, we got that's something I gotta get better at too. Like oftentimes I don't know because I don't seek myself. Like I don't know, and that's with anything. I remember even with scholarships when I was in college. You know, like I would never. I didn't want to do all the paperwork for scholarships, so I never got scholarship money. I never. Like I would just we would have to pay stuff or get loans, and you know I would see so many other people who would do all the scholarship work, but now they have no debt, and I'm like, wow, like dang, I wish I had done that. You know, but yeah, yeah, you're exactly right, and I love that you put that on the spot. Ree, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. This has been a great conversation. Keep me in your prayers too, and I'll keep you in mind. Um, and again, just thank you for
I will.
being. Say it again. I'm sorry.
No, I was like, yeah, I'll keep you in my prayers.
Please do, please do, please do, and thank you again for just being who you are. Um, thank you for just being the amazing member that you are, and you already know we'll catch you next Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Ray. Love you and have a safe
Love
week.
you.
Love you
Let's
too.
go.
Let's
You too.
go.
All right. Bye.
Bye.